Hi, welcome to the Overland Legend. I'm Alan. I just wanted to say to all of those of you who've been watching my videos for the last year or two, thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and thanks for all the comments. And if you've subscribed, thank you. If you haven't, then please do, and use the notifications to get notified when I upload. I've got a whole lot of videos planned and coming up. Some exciting stuff, finishing off my 107 rebuild. So this year is going to be a really exciting year, because this is actually going to be the year that I finally finish that vehicle. So in today's video I'm going to be putting the body parts on and see how far we get with that. I'm not sure that I'll get everything done, but I'll get very close. Certainly the main parts I'll get on, and the rest I will finish in the next couple of weeks. So I'm planning to have this done by the middle of the year. I have actually got the original build date of my vehicle, and it was in June. I can't remember the exact date now. I'll check and I'll put it on when I edit this video. But it's so I'm trying to get this finished by June in 2024. So this year is going to be the year that vehicle's finished. And so I've got a couple of videos left in this series. Actually, how much it cost me to rebuild this vehicle, the total cost, and all the details and all the parts that I had to buy and what I could fix. So I've got that. Then I've also got something that I've done about how I've organized all the nuts and bolts and everything. So that's quite a nice video. Today, look forward to actually seeing this vehicle coming to light and coming together. So that's nice. It's really been really rewarding. So I hope you enjoy this video. I'd had the tub back for a while and it was ready to be replaced, but I still had to fix a few things on it, some last minute pop rivets, and just to straighten out some of the bracing strips which had been missed initially, and so we just did that first before we actually put it back on. And then refitting the tub actually went quite well. I managed to get all the bolts in nicely and they fitted quite well, except for the front left hand side where I struggled a little bit. I just couldn't get it aligned. I tried with a screwdriver, but I only managed to get one bolt in, and then I had to come up with another plan. And so I got a tie down strap, a ratchet strap, and pulled it down. And that seemed to work quite nicely, and then I managed to get the rest of the bolts in. It was really nice to get the tub out of the way and actually fit it back onto the vehicle, and I was really happy with the way that it looked and fitted, and so it looked great. It also gave me a chance to pull the vehicle out again and clean up where I'd been working, so that I could carry on in a nice clean environment. And obviously it was also great fun driving this vehicle again. This was just the second time that I'd actually given a little bit of a drive out of the garage, and it was great. Next up was the lower cab section, which I debated as to whether I should put the cab section together first or put the tub on, but I decided to put the tub on because it had all those bolts in the front, which I thought would be easier to assemble without the lower cab section on, which was right, and it was the right decision in the end. And then when I put the cab section on, I did actually struggle a little bit with one of the special hidden bolts on the driver's side. So this is the special bolt that fits the section to the chassis, and as you can see, I was really struggling to get this thing in. It's specially made, it's got like a little handle on it so that you can get it in, but I just couldn't get it to go through the holes and get it onto the chassis. I tried this way and that way and I couldn't fit my hands in, and it was getting quite frustrating after a while. I tried all sorts of ways. Then I decided to just locate the left hand side first, so that at least I knew that that was in the right position, and then maybe it would be a little bit easier to get the right hand side in. But when I came to the right hand side, I was still struggling, and I still couldn't get these two bolts in. And still I struggled, but eventually I realized that the supporting bracket was taking away some of the space that I could work with.
See, this fucking thing on here is causing a problem.
And so when I took that off, then suddenly I had a little bit more space and I could actually see more easily, and then I managed to get those two bolts on, and then it actually went on fairly easily.
There we go.
And in the end, it was actually just as well that I took off these brackets, because they had been fitted, as you can see here, with the incorrect nuts and bolt. They actually need to be fitted with proper nuts and bolts. And I had the original ones, so I actually just removed the ones that were used and I refitted it with the ones that I had. With the lower cab fitted, I could now finally actually get the seat box out and fit that. But that too turned out to be a little bit more tricky, because obviously now once you fit the seat box and start putting all this together, you need to check that you've got the right alignment with everything. It looked like there was a problem on the left hand side where there was too much of a gap and the height was not quite right, and so I decided, let me just get the doors together and put those on, or at least fit them temporarily so that I can see what the gap looks like. The right hand side fitted fine, but on the left hand side you can see here that this door, the gap between the lower cab and the door was too close, and the lower cab actually needed to move back a little bit, and so I used some spacers to move it back, and once I'd done that, the fit was perfect. And then I just put the ceiling strip onto the seat box and I could fit that. Okay, trying to fit this seat box in here, and these brackets for the seat backs, but they also serve to hold everything together, I think. But just like the fit is quite ridiculous, because I mean this thing goes in here and that's where its hole is, so you like have to pull this thing across and get it in, and then like this one not even flush here, and then the holes obviously to line them up, so that's another story. So this is 1955 engineering right here, getting this. Definitely not precision. It's basically just squeeze and bend it in. This one, oh, this one's also too high, so that whole thing has to be pushed in there. In all the excitement of putting all these body parts together, I'd actually forgotten to fit these load strips in the tub, and I hadn't finished off the tub, so I thought let me just rather finish that off first. So I put these load strips back in, and it's actually such a nice job to do, because using that pop rivet gun, the pneumatic one, it's so easy. And it's just quite satisfying using that thing, as it just pops those pop rivets in so easily, so much easier than a hand pop riveter. I don't think my hands would have lasted more than one of these strips. And so I got all of this done and fixed up, and that was really nice to have it all finished. And then I was back onto the seat box and fitting the hinges for the lids on the right hand side, and then on the left hand side, and also fitting the buckles to hold it down. So I got all of that fitted. I'd also received my brand new tailgate back from Scholl, and so I just wanted to do a quick check just to see if everything fitted and if I had all the right parts. And I put it all together and everything looked perfect, and I was quite happy with the way it looked, so I could now get this last lot of things, of body parts, painted. And then to finish off the cab area, the lower cab area, there was just the last few items, which is these brackets for the door striking plates. And then I also fitted the stoppers for the seat backs, and then put the rear handles or steps back on the chassis at the back. I also fitted these old style vent rubbers which have to be glued in place, and then put the vents together and fitted them. And that's as far as I got, because I still had to finish off some of the electrics before I could carry on with the body parts. And I had a look at the back, got the rear lights going, but looked like something was wrong there, so I'd have to get that sorted out. I also got the front lights working, which is fantastic, and I had a quick look to see how the front was going to look with the wings on, and it was going to look great. I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you so much for watching till the end. I'll see you next time.